I'm going to have you look into the camera.
Okay.
Tell us your first, middle, and last name.
Roberta Lee Brown.
And when was your birthday?
May 13th, 1940.
Okay, you can pick out that first question.
Oh dear, okay. Let's see here.
What's the question say?
If you could pick any size bra, what would it be? I say a 34B.
Yeah.
I was comfortable when I was a 34B.
Great.
Yeah.
Good. Perfect. Next question.
I don't like to flaunt, too. What's the one thing you wish you did before you got married or had kids? I think I would have liked to have, lived on my own and had a nice job and traveled a little bit.
Yeah. Good.
Before I got married and
That's good.
kids.
Great.
Another one?
Yeah. Oh, we're going through all of them. Yeah. There's lots.
All right. These are easy so far.
Let's see. Yeah.
Oh, who was my first kiss? In Fullerton, Kentucky, Jimmy Boyles, and we called him Pee-wee. And I was 14. I spent the summers with my granny in Kentucky, and my cousin Mary Ann and Eddie, they lived with my grandparents. And then we would go up, it was called Tower Hill, Mountain Hill, but it overlooked the big bridge that went into Portsmouth across the Ohio River. And we were up there, and it was my last night in Kentucky. And I was with him. He was in a 42 Chevy, or one of them old cars back in the 40s.
Yeah.
And he hugged me and he kissed me. That's my first kiss on the Tower Hill. What advice would you give to your younger self at age 20, 30, 40?
So start at age 20. What would you say to the 20 years young Bertie?
Oh. I don't know how to word that. Just really do what makes you happy, just enjoy every day. And I'm still like that at 30 and 40 and 78.
Good.
Laugh a lot, be happy, and because things will always work out good. You're going to face a lot of things in life, but you can come out of them.
What do you do at the end of a bad day like that to kind of pick yourself up?
Well, for one thing, I like to come home, be by myself, and maybe take a good hot shower. And then I like to watch funny stuff, something to make you laugh, or read something funny.
Yeah.
Usually something funny will come into my life where I find out I'm laughing. Like one time I was taking Robin to the Dairy Queen to work. Well, she was driving, she had her permit, and we were fussing about something. And she looked at me, and I started laughing, and she said, "Quit making fun of me." Well, one of the lenses in her sunglasses was missing. And she couldn't tell, and I laughed but that broke the ice. I said, "Take your glasses off," and we, things like that. God can give you things that really serious stuff, that come in your life and make you laugh. Oh, you don't want to hear this. What's the most rebellious thing you did as a teenager?
I really want to hear this.
Oh no, it's terrible. My friend Ginger and I met these boys at the movies. Not from Hills, we're just out in the country here. So one night we decided, I think it was on a Friday, that we would say we was going to be at her house. She was going to say she's going to be at my house. We met those boys with our school books. Well, we thought we'd just go ride around, drink a Coke, Well, we rode around and played music in that little old car they had, me and her in the back seat. And then we got up. I got in the front seat with him, and I don't even remember their names. And they took us way out of Singing Springs in the country.
Uh-huh.
And and we said, we're not going to do that. I was 14, I think, something like that.
Yeah.
I thought, we're not going to do that. Well, then they put us out. It's funny now, but they put us out of that car in the middle of nowhere with coon dogs a barking all around us. And our school books and arms.
Oh my God.
Well, how we got caught, I left a history book at my house. Dad took it to her house, and her mom said, well, they're supposed to be at your house all night.
Oh no.
And I tell you, kid, my mother cried all night. Cried all night. And so the next one, we had to walk and walk and walk. Had no idea where we were at, and it was cool. It wasn't real cold. We had on winter coats though, long coats.
Mm-hmm.
And then we come to this church, and we sat on the front steps of that church until daylight.
Mm-hmm.
Then I hear all these cars, and I said, I think I know where we're at. We're on 41.
Yeah.
So we started walking into town, and we went into Singing Springs, and there was a little restaurant there. We had enough money apiece to buy a Coke, I think. Well, this man said, aren't you Bob Smith's daughter? And I went,
Oh no.
yes. And he said, well, I'll give you girls a ride to town. So he took us home.
Oh.
My dad got that belt off and put me all the way up the stairs. And my mom was sick. She was so sick, crying all night.
Oh my God.
What would you go back to do that you didn't have the courage to do the first time? I wanted to go to art school after my boys grew up.
Mm-hmm.
And then I met that man at church. But that was my plans when Ronnie and Robbie got, grown up. I was going to go to art school because I'd like to be an artist.
Mm.
And I didn't do it.
Any kind of art in particular that you like doing or thought about doing, like drawing, penciling, sketching, or painting?
Well, I have one watercolor I did up there.
Okay.
And that's pen and ink.
So those are yours?
And I have done. Hardest thing about being a mom, what's the best thing? Well, the hardest thing was just trying to always be there and try to do and help them as much as you can, but you can't do it all.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And what's the best thing? All the love they give you.
Yeah.
Happiness. We was always had music in the house.
Mm.
We always was dancing. We was always acting crazy and singing.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the best thing.
Okay. Next one.
And even help wiping your tears. That's part of life, See the sadness and happiness and
Yeah.
best advice your mom ever gave you. Ooh. Oh, she gave me a lot of advice. I think the most things, Mom was always so helpful and loving to people. She helped all the neighbors out. I think best advice is just be kind, because it'll come back to you if you're good to people, and
Mm-hmm.
don't be mean or hateful. I hate that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you? I don't like ugly people.
I agree.
I don't. I have some around here that I just cope with. Favorite body part?
On you, what's your favorite body
Favorite
part?
body part, Lordy. Does your hair count?
Of course.
Ooh. Well, I'd like to tell her for one thing that she was a good mom. She was a wonderful mom when I grew up. And she had a lot of wisdom. My mother couldn't read and write. I didn't realize that until I got older, And she was a fabulous cook. And she loved everybody. But she was just a wonderful person when I grew up, and then she got messed up with alcohol after I was grown. And what was the question?
What would you like to say to her if she were here today?
Just thank her for all the because my kids will say, "Mom, where did you get all your stamina to take care of 4 kids by yourself?" From my mother, I guess. Because she always said, you have to be strong. One thing she said, when you go to have a baby, I don't want to hear that you were screaming bloody murder. I'm going to tell you something. She said, it's fun going in, it's going to hurt coming out. I can tell you a lot of stories.
Granny, you did so good.